Yeah, maybe you can't do them simultaneously. I'm just, and I don't even see that I don't even know if I'm on Facebook right now. It says I'm live on YouTube. Then you can copy the stream link. I'm looking right now. As it's going on YouTube, you can copy the streaming link. If you had a website, you could put it on there.
So you could send
people from Facebook to YouTube.
Oh, okay. So you could send me that link right now and I could click on it.
Let me take a look. Copy the stream link. So it's been copied. And so right now, if I came over to here and went to Wayne, look at that.
Okay.
But it doesn't look like we're streaming on Facebook. It looks like as soon as YouTube kicked in.
No, it's zooming.
Yeah, YouTube is, but as soon as it kicked in, I'm not able to. Facebook does not show as a possibility now.
So it's one or the other.
Yeah, unless right now we're streaming on.
Yeah, it's about 30 seconds behind where we're at, but
Buzz Video Live. Let's take a look. Buzz Video Live. Okay, Buzz Video Live. Oh, we're on Facebook at the same time. At the very same time.
Wow.
So that's kind of cool for $15 a month. But you can see the Zoom logo in the right-hand corner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It says livestream.org. It looks good.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
It doesn't. Whoa, what's that? Feedback. Huh.
So what you guys could do is do some things privately, put it into because you already have the thing set well. You could do some tests. If you want to do it to my site, you can, the Buzz Video Live, and just see how it works for you. And get it dialed in. It looks like you can do both at the same time, which is kind of nifty. I didn't know you could do that till right now.
But how would people find it on YouTube? You'd have to send them the link, right? There's no way they would.
Yeah, right now I'm on Facebook. I could say you can also join us on YouTube and then
right, but you got to give them the link.
Got to give them the link.
If they go to YouTube and try and find you right now, they probably wouldn't be able to.
Well, if you have a YouTube page, do you have a YouTube page under your name?
Livestream does, yeah.
Okay, you could put it under Livestream.
Have you got it connected to that? Is that what's connected to your YouTube page?
It's connected to my YouTube page.
Oh, okay. Now, how difficult would it be? Do you know if you did this and say Facebook lived it, as soon as you're done, you're stopped recording, how quickly could you get that onto YouTube? Would you have to download the video from Zoom and then upload the video to YouTube?
Since you're doing it live, as soon as you're done, it's on YouTube.
Right, but if you didn't broadcast to YouTube,
if you didn't broadcast, then you would have to go back and
download the video.
Yeah, you would have to save the video to your hard drive,
right,
off of Facebook, which
and
might
upload it.
It might degrade it a tiny bit, quality-wise. And then you turn around and upload it to Facebook or to YouTube, and that'll take however long that takes. If you're doing an hour, you're saying 20 minutes, that'll probably take, a half hour or 10 minutes or whatever to be up on YouTube. But this way, you can do them both simultaneously.
One other question: if you're working you're working Zoom, just Zoom,
right?
If you're doing a class kind of a thing,
right?
Can you have slides there like PowerPoint that you can pull up on a whim?
Yes. The beautiful thing about Zoom, let me just take a look here.
I've never seen the operator controls on Zoom.
Yeah, it's Like
Is it
for instance, there we are on Facebook.
okay? Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can share a page, you can share a document, you can share audio. Like right now, I could. I stopped sharing, and now I can say something like, let's see here, share.
Can you put like a set of PowerPoint slides in a queue?
Yes.
Okay. And
Of
then you just have to click on it to bring them up.
Yep, and you can share your computer sound if you wanted people to watch a video.
Yeah, I don't.
Um,
Okay.
I could, yeah, so I could just say share computer sound, and
Okay.
I could literally, we could be watching a YouTube video together. It's pretty advanced and pretty plug and play, but it'll take you a minute to get used to it, where everything is. But there's a share button on the bottom. I wish I could show it to you. It's a green button. And then when you click on that button, it literally brings up every window you have open and says, what do you want to share? You can share a whiteboard. You can show whatever you want.
A whiteboard. You could actually draw on the computer.
I think so. Let me look at it.
I'm gonna have to download it and play with it, but I thought I'd get a.
Do you see that?
I do. Wow.
Let me say from Zoom Church.
Don't do that. Why would you want to do that?
And did I stop sharing?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Yeah. So you can see it's, somebody's got to be in charge of the controls.
But if I'm teaching, that's me, right? Because I'm going to be the one to call up something or yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you've just got to be nimble a little bit. I had to do that when we used to do Be Live, as I was bringing people in and with Be Live, you can swipe them in from the side and, it's really high techy and you can't do that with Zoom. But the trade-off is Zoom is super reliable.
Right.
At least right now.
That's what I'm gathering.
Now, one thing you're really going to want to do is figure out your white balance on your camera. I mean, that's just one note that.
Well, I'm not sure I would do it from here. That has a lot to do with the lighting in this office.
Oh, does
obviously. It? Yeah.
Right.
I may do this in a different place.
All right.
Do it off my portable computer, but still trying to figure out the best way. I just want to know if it's not too complicated because teaching at the same time you're messing with a lot of buttons is distracting. So
yeah, no, it is. But if you play with it beforehand and get a little bit knowledgeable,
right.
Once you get to know where things are, it's pretty easy.
Right.
It's like second nature. Like, okay, guys, take a look at this, and then you're just doing what you're doing.
Right.
Like, there's my desktop. Too much stuff open.
So, is that what it's saying to you?
That's what it says.
Oh, stay there. Just go back there.
Go back there?
Yeah. And that's just your control. That's what you see when we're all talking?
Yeah, that's my desktop right now.
Okay, but what do you see when we're talking?
Like right now, what do I see? You are way in the right-hand corner. The Zoom window got tiny. And
right. And so are you. No, but are you seeing? You're not seeing you're seeing all this stuff on the, that's Bud's Video Live.
Yeah, watch. You'll see it move in real time. Boom. I can just close things down and, do what I do.
Yeah, but no, this menu on the left underneath BuzzFeed Live.
Yeah.
Because is that from Facebook or
That's
is that
Facebook.
From Zoom? Okay.
That's Facebook.
So I can't see your Zoom controls at all here. I can't see.
No, I could.
No, that's fine. I'm just trying to figure out what I was seeing.
No. I'm saying that I could.
Man, your video got horrible.
Oh, whoa! What happened?
I don't know.
There we go. I could do this and show this to you. Here we go.
Gee whiz, it's going to get complicated.
Where did it go? Come on now. Come on back. There you go. Just as I took the picture, it went away.
What do you? Is it a gnat? Is it a bee? What is it?
So, yeah, you can. I'm gonna send this picture to you, and you can just, swipe it a bit and make it larger, you'll be able to see what appears along the bottom.
Okay.
And that might help you. Let me get it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do the 14-day trial anyway, just to get into it and see.
I'm excited for you, Wayne.
Unless it doesn't have certain functions I need on the freebie, then I'll have to go to the pro or whatever.
Right. I think you're gonna find out that it's gonna meet every need you've got for this. I mean, I wish the branding part was easier, and I'm not all the way through reading through all the minutia on how to do that. I think there might be a way for me to do it from a pro account at $15. And if there is
branding, yeah. But it's not worth me paying extra just for that. When it only comes in on the live feed, it's not coming in anywhere else. It's not worth it.
Right.
It'd be kind of cute, but
now what I used to do, I did this with some businesses where I would highlight them. Like there's a website here called Homewood Stories. Homewood Lumber was a lumber company in Northern California. And I would once every month do a Zoom session with one of their key employees and then highlight that on their Facebook page. And I would send that to Ken Joy because Ken was my partner in that. And he would completely edit it and produce it. He would put opening titles and all kinds of stuff underneath. And, it was really cool.
I think that's what we're going to do with the final videos from this thing is we'll edit them up a little tighter and we'll put some titles in it. And I think I've already talked to Ken today actually about doing that for that podcast I want to do with Luis. See if he could dress it up, with a little music, a little lead in out low, and kind of, revisit the edit to make sure the story's good. And
cool.
So I've already talked to him about that. So maybe we can do it because we're gonna end up with 13 videos, 13 20-minute videos. Wow. That'll provide I hope a real affection for and appreciation for scriptures and how they fit into our current journey. But
love that. I listen, and it's probably going to be different than what somebody like James Dobson would put out.
Yeah, oh, for sure that. And it's not going to be, all kids up with puppet shows and all that stuff. It's going to be, but it's also, there's some neat, we got wooden books. I don't know if you've seen the Jesus Lens much, but I break the Bible into 9 characters. So there's Adam, Abraham, Moses, David, Samuel. And so you hang the whole history, you hang the whole story on these main characters. And then they can drill down into those characters. Well, these are kids, so we're not drilling down too deep into those characters or all the books that go with them. But then there's Jesus, and then there's Paul. So Paul kind of anchors the whole New Testament. And Julia's made me now, I've got wood. We cut into wood, 6x9 pieces of wood that she's put book covers on, look like books. So we're going to talk about Jesus, and then we're going to slowly assemble the book. So I'm going to really talk. The Bible is a library. It's why it's a difficult story to read, because it's not really a story. It's a library. And when you understand how the pieces of the library fit from Adam, and how Israel's going from being a family from a person to a family to a nation to a kingdom. To a tribe, to a nation, to a kingdom, that you really get the flow through of the whole story. Julie said it's been the most amazing thing for her Bible reading, just working through Jesus Lens with those anchor points in the story. Wow. So, yeah.
Well, would that be kind of akin to people saying we should always interpret scripture through the life of Jesus?
Always.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah. To just say, Abraham understood a little bit, but he didn't understand all there was about God. Moses didn't. There's things they say about God that turn out not to be true.
True.
And if you don't see it as a story where God's progressively unveiling himself, not that God's growing up in the story, we're the ones growing up in the story. But so there are things back in the early parts that turn out not to be right. Right. And that really freaks out Christians. But,
well, yeah, I've been on that page for a little bit. And so I know.
Yeah.
Well, I've got 3 heads when I start talking about stuff. How do you plan on making this palatable for kids? And what age group are you after?
I'm working with my 9 to 15-year-olds. I got 9, 12, and 15.
Okay.
So I'm looking to engage them, but it's only 20 minutes, and Austin's already. When's Grandpa going to start teaching? So we'll see. But I do have some things that I've got, the little visuals that I think will help bring them into it. But basically, I want to talk about knowing Jesus well enough in the story that you recognize Jesus in your heart. So it's
I
not
love
just
this.
scripture. This is the tool. I'm gonna first one use a little like a treasure box. What if I told you in this box was $1 million worth of stuff? Would you want my box? And then I'll bring out the Bible. This is more than the Proverbs thing about the wisdom of God's more precious than all that. So I'm gonna talk about that. But people waste this because they don't know how to read it, they don't know how to interpret it, they don't know how to think through it.
Boy,
And I'm gonna basically tell high school kids, if you never get past the Gospels until you're 19 or 20, that'd be fine. Just read the stories of Jesus. Yeah, you don't need the rest of it right now. Yeah.
no. So is this open to everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would like to maybe have some of my grandkids come in.
Yeah, we put a link up today. There's a Facebook page we've got now, the Story of Scripture,
I saw it.
that people are signing up for. Yeah, that's where all the information will flow to the people who want to do it live.
Let
People
us-
who want to do it later, there'll be other links we'll do for that. But people want to do it live, then that's the ones. Yeah.
Okay.
People want to do it.
Well, if I can be of any more help,
I hear you. No, that helps right there. A
My
lot.
best advice is to go ahead and get yourself sign into it.
Yeah, and play with it.
Start messing around. Yeah. And I think you'll find it to be a handy tool. The fact that it now goes Facebook Live has blown my mind because it opens up, like Ahmad. Ahmad came in a couple of days ago and said, "How are you doing? I haven't heard from you, and over what happened with my accident."
Yep.
And I said, "Man, I'm doing well." And I said, "I'm reaching out to people." He said, "Well, you're not reaching out to me." And he meant it kind of tongue in cheek, but I kind of on the square. And so I said, "Well, why don't we talk later this week? And why don't we do an episode of A Christian and a Muslim live on Facebook with Zoom?" And lo and behold, he said, "I'm 100% in." All of his debates got canceled because of coronavirus.
Yeah. Now I want to have a more reasonable conversation. He's just dying for a venue.
He's just dying for a venue.
He wants an audience outside of his community.
He does.
But he's not helping provide it. That's interesting.
No. And I don't let him. I mean, he knows now. I have a hard time letting him just ramble. I've been stopping him. As a matter of fact, at the live debate, 500 people showed up at the live debate.
Really?
And another 2,500 watched online.
Wow.
Because the guy he debated is pretty famous. He mentioned me during the debate. He said he went on and on and on, and the moderator kept trying to say, you're over your time. And he said, he said, my podcast partner, Bob Prater, has something he says to me when I ramble. And I was out in the back of the audience and I yelled, "How about them Cowboys?" And he said, "There it is." So he knows. He's just so broken.
Yeah,
And
he is.
He's really hurt that he wasn't in this book. And he just got smacked. He got smacked really hard. And he's had to come to terms with some stuff. And I was really surprised when he said, "Yeah, let's do an episode."
Wow.
We'll see.
That's pretty cool.
We'll let it be.
Hey, and if you want me to help you spend some time to figure out a better thing to call this, I'd be happy to.
I'd be open to that. Honestly, I would.
I mean, a safe place, something about sharing the life of Jesus together. There's things that would do, I think, what you're wanting to do without it.
Well, what kind of ideas would you have for that other than where it
It'd
is?
give me a few hours to meditate on such a thing, but I'm not sure.
Because I would go straight into GoDaddy and see if any of those are available, and if they are, I'd grab them. I'm not married.
You don't need the website, You don't need the URL.
Well, I like having the URL. I don't necessarily have to have a website built.
You collect URLs like Esmeralda Marcos collected shoes. You know that, don't you?
I do. I mean, Danette is like, "How many do you need?"
That's a ton. I get sick of paying for the 7 I pay for.
I think I don't have that many. I think I have 20.
Oh, okay.
It's not like I have 100, but
But like the scripture story, we're not going to take the website for that because we're not going to be on the website.
I would. Well, okay. So you saw Buzz Video Live. I think it's one of the best ideas I have ever had. And I own the website name, buzzvideolive.com.
Right.
The hottest videos live. Here we go. I own Your 15 Minutes. Not
Okay.
you are 15, you're 15. Here's your 15 minutes. And to allow people to come and have 15 minutes of whatever they want to do.
Right. But websites take an awful lot to manage, right?
They do, but I put that there to protect myself legally as I then go out and just do a Facebook page and, a YouTube channel. If I want to. I haven't done hardly squat with hardly any of them.
Well, I know you haven't. So what's the value? And I'm not asking this hostilely. I'm asking this for my own benefit. What's the benefit of owning the URL if you're not going to keep a website going there?
I
Like I
think
could buy the scripturestory.com probably, but then what am I going to do with it?
you don't have to do anything with it. But what if you get this thing going and then someone does buy the URL? You might have some problems.
What, how does it bother me?
Because they might do something that's different than you, and it just brings about a ton of confusion, and there might even be legal ramifications, as they say, cease and desist.
No, there isn't, as long as you've used it first.
I understand first use.
Right. So as long as I've used it, then somebody else come on and grabs it, then they can do their own thing, but they can't make me stop doing mine. I can't stop them from doing theirs.
But they could be very easily confused for you. Like right now, there's two on-hold technologies. I had first use. The other company is huge in Florida. They're
Right.
nationwide. And they have come at me so many times threatening me.
Yeah.
And I finally sent them documentation of when I first started using that name. And I used it legally as a DBA.
Right.
And there was nothing they could do.
No, there is nothing they can do.
So we just coexist. And
Right.
and I've actually gotten business where they think that I'm them.
I get that from
We
a,
need
I
these
get that
best-
from, I get that from a blood donor site somewhere in the East that calls itself Lifestream something or other. So I get livestream.org. I get requests for blood stuff all the time, but there's nothing I can do with the blood. So I don't do much with it, but
No, but it's all about the blood, isn't it?
I've got this real touching tribute from a daughter about her dad who just died, and she wanted the blood bank to know because her dad had given so many
Oh,
pints of blood over the years, and it's real tense. Thought you guys would want to know. My dad's passed away, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh boy, now I've got to do something with this one. So I wrote her back just saying, express my sorrow at what she was going through, but just let her know, I think you've got the wrong address here. So your dad sounds like a wonderful man. So yeah, I go through all that.
you know what I just realized right this minute?
Right.
We've been live on YouTube and Facebook this entire time.
That's fine.
I
Nobody's
forgot-
watching.
I forgot that nobody's watching. Well, they might be on YouTube. I have quite a few followers on YouTube.
Well, you might